Hi, my name is Jose Machado, and today, November 24, 2009, I'll be conducting my informative video speech, giving some information and some facts about the country. First things first, Cuba itself means from the Taino language, where abundant land is, or a great country. Cuba has the capital of Cuba is Havana, and Cuba has 14 provinces, not including the island of the youth, or in Spanish, La Isla de la Juventud, because Cuba does have an island right next to it, and it's its territory. Out of the 12 million inhabitants that Cuba has, 60% are Spanish descent, 22 from mulatto descent, 11 from African descent, and 1% Chinese. Cuban's basic religion is Catholicism, even though it has Christian followers, and they practice a lot of Santeria too, since a lot of them come from Africa, like African descent. A lot of us come from African descent. We're rich. Cuba is very rich in sugar, tobacco, minerals such as nickel, and medicine is very good because it's free, even though we lack on resources sometimes. And tourism is the best industry that we have, because that's where we get the most money out of. We export to Netherlands and to Canada, and we import from those two countries too. Those are the two common ones that we export and import from. But like I was talking about tourism, the basic tourism goes to the state of Havana, the province of Havana, which is the capital of Cuba, and they go to Matanzas. That's where the beaches are, which are the great beaches that Cuba has. Cuban music, one of the best musics, coming from salsa to Cuban jazz to contradanza, danzón. They came out with a great CD called Buena Vista Social Club, which is they gather all the greatest artists from 1959 till today, and they come out with that CD. It includes such singers such as Compay Segundo and Rubén González, two great Cuban singers. Another thing that Cuba has is sports. One of the big things that Cuba has is sports. They have contributed with a lot of athletes, good athletes, such as today that in baseball. Well, they have sports. The best sports are baseball, boxing, judo, wrestling, and volleyball. All this, they're the best ones that Cuba has, and all these have actually won in the Olympics at least one medal or two. They always get medals. Those five sports that I just named. Baseball, I could say that Kendry Morales is an actual baseball player for the Angels, very good. El Duque, which is one of the greatest pitchers that the Yankees have had, and he's Cuban. His brother, Livan Hernandez. Cuba has contributed with good baseball players. The same as boxers. As of today, I could name that I know of. I know him personally. Erislan de Lara. I know him because I used to box in Cuba. I came 5 years ago. Erislan de Lara. Julieski Gamboa, which he's coming up good right now. Another great boxer, the Tank. I don't know his real name, but the Tank is really good too. Cuban characterizes it with quick cuisine too. Cuban has great cuisine. One of the best things is at the end of the year, one of the big traditions is eat pork with rice and beans, or rice and beans with any beef, but mostly is pork, rice, and beans. That's what we basically eat. And a lot of us eat it with banana. That's my case. A lot of Cubans do that too. Another famous thing that we have is the Cuban sandwich, which consists of ham, cheese, and bread. Those three things. Arroz con leche, rice with milk. In English, I just translated that, but I don't know if it's like that. Arroz con leche is a great sweet food that we have too. Cuba had three waves coming from the United States. The first wave came in 1960s. That's when Fidel Castro took over. The second wave came in the 1980s. That's El Mariel. where basically all this right now in Miami is built as of now from the 1980s. All those people that came here and contributed to Miami. And the third one around from the 1980s till now, that's the third wave. Basically, like over 2 million have left the country. Personal challenges were coming from Cuba to here. It is not easy. Only rich people come. Not rich because I'm not rich, but only people with certain money could come from Cuba to here. That's why I consider it a challenge to me. Not everybody could come. And the last thing is why I like being Cuban. I like being Cuban because it is me, and even though we have advantages and disadvantages, because I am me and I grew up over there as a responsible person. That's what Cuba made me, a very responsible person. I basically grew up over there because I came when I was 15. I came 5 years ago. The disadvantages is because everybody talks sometimes bad about us because they think, oh, they think they're the best, they think this and that, but we don't really think like that. We're at least I'm very humble and honest, and basically all of us are like that, but it's just how we are that we look further. Always, I characterize the Cuban family as always looking forward, and I just like being Cuban because that's my blood and that's what is in me. So thanks.